do, baby? Ladies and gentlemen, it's your host, the smoothest fingers in the gaming industry, bringing you another gameplay commentary on the YouTube channel, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this 30 FPS versus 60 FPS debate that I've seen in so many places, right? And I know you've seen that championship squad. We're gonna come in with the championship squad, and we're gonna leave with that banner, baby. You know how we do. So let's go ahead and talk about this 30 FPS, 60 FPS debate that I'm getting, and then I'm seeing a lot on Reddit, on YouTube, and a little bit on Discord as well. I want to put my 2 cents on it. You guys know how I am. I want to talk about the stuff in the gaming community and potentially give you a better, more well-rounded view, I guess you would say, of what's going on with this debate. So I guess the debate stemmed from one of the games on PlayStation and some of the games on PlayStation and Sony being hinted at. And when I say hinted at, I kind of mean leaks. You guys know how I do the leaks and how I talk about leaks. And if you don't, when it comes to leaks, I usually don't get too involved in them, but I do talk about them to some extent and give my opinions on them. So that's what we're doing today. So one of these games came out, and apparently they're going to be 4K 30 FPS, or that was the rumor about what this game is going to be, and a lot of people had a debate about this. Now let me tell you something. 30 FPS is Stone Age. It really is, compared to technology and the advanced gaming, I guess you could say gaming specifications that we have available. Now it's easier for me to say, as I've been playing on 144 and looking into 240 and a little bit of 300 hertz on my laptop right now, that I have been really blessed, right? I've had this experience where I'm not even looking at 60 or 30. I'm kind of looking beyond that. But even with looking beyond that, I still do play games in 60 FPS. I don't really like to play Cyberpunk or Red Dead higher than 60 FPS because it kind of sacrifices the graphical performance that the game is able to output for me at this stage. So I would like to really clarify that for you guys, and as well state that the jump from 30 to 60 isn't as big as the jump from 60 to 144. And at this stage in gaming, with these new generation consoles, and especially how rare and valuable they are now, they should be better than 60, right? They should always be at 120, which is what the Series X is pushing for, what the PS5 should be pushing for. We shouldn't even be looking at 30 FPS. Even at 4K, we should be easily able to hit 60 FPS with how these consoles have been marketed, and as well as how these consoles have been pushed, discussed, and the technology that's available within them. So this whole debate of 30 versus 60 FPS shouldn't even be a thing. But I'll also talk to you guys about the PS4, because most people are on PS4 right now. Most people are on Xbox One right now with the limited availability of these next generation consoles, and with the PC graphics cards very limited as well. And I kind of want to talk about my experience with 30 FPS and 60 FPS and give you guys just my opinion about them. So I played Red Dead Redemption 2 at 30 FPS, and I had a great time with it. I played Halo back in the day at 30 FPS and had a great time with it. It's not about the FPS so much as how the game functions and how the core value of the game gives you an experience more than the graphical demands of what that game gives. And by me saying that, essentially what I'm saying is that an FPS or any graphics or any smoothness or any visual effect in the game all relates to the same thing, and it's mostly processing. Within these old PlayStations and Xboxes, they're handicapped at the moment, which is why I have a feeling that that's why Cyberpunk wasn't able to be as great as it could be like it is on PC. And a lot of gamers know this, most gamers know this, and if you're a casual and you don't know this, we'll cover this one more time. PC is obviously better than anything that a console is going to be able to do just because it's a PC. But my point here is that when I played Red Dead, when I play some of these games, 30 FPS doesn't look that bad to me if the graphical fidelity of the game, the leaves, the colors, the saturations are really, really good. But that's on the old generation. In next generation, and what we want to do is push the generation in gaming forward these next couple years, we should absolutely not ever okay any game or any people or any company or especially any developer from going backwards. 4K 30 FPS is either staying where we're at right now or even going backwards. So if we're gonna push for those things, we're kind of de-evolving and de-platforming, I guess you would even say, the gaming community. What we should be doing is giving ourselves a platform to push for a higher standard and a higher ceiling. And it doesn't feel like we're getting that with most of these debates. Look, I know it's hard to do 4K 30 FPS with most games. I know it's hard to hit these standards and hit exactly the mark that we're looking for, but that doesn't mean it doesn't need to be strived for or it shouldn't be pushed for in the gaming community. So my opinion at the moment, and my opinion is going to stand like this for the foreseeable future, is I don't even know why we're talking about 60. I need to know why we're not aiming at 4K 120 FPS. Why aren't we looking at things of that nature? It's the PS5. It's the Xbox Series X. I mean, 10, 20 years ago, we imagined to be able to do all these crazy type of things. And Rockstar hasn't even announced their game for PlayStation 5 and Xbox yet. And we know when Rockstar makes a game, it blows almost everything out of the water. So I'm looking for the mark to be hit at 120 FPS, about 1080, maybe 1440, maybe between 60 and 120 FPS for 1440. But when we talk about 60 FPS, that should only be for 4K, and we should honestly be getting more than that for the amount of price and the amount of time that we've waited for these consoles. Look, I understand everybody has their own opinion. Everybody enjoys gaming in a different way. You know, I still enjoy Nintendo games and some of the classic arcade games as well. FPS isn't everything unless it's a multiplayer shooter where obviously you're looking to get that next level up. But mostly what I'm talking about here is single player games, you know, those open world RPG narrative experiences, especially games like The Last of Us, or any game that's kind of, you know, I guess you would call it a movie, a game movie. I guess that's what people refer to them now. Games that are kind of scripted and kind of gear you towards a way or a certain direction, and they're not open world like a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 or GTA 5 or Cyberpunk. These games definitely have to hit the mark of 4K 60 FPS without a doubt. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm open to debating this. I'm open to talking about this. It's something just to have a good conversation about. I'm not upset either way. I just feel like we need to be pushing the gaming genre and the gaming scene forward. And if we're not going to do that, then games are just never going to improve and developers are never going to get better at what they do. And that's the whole point of making art or creating something, is to continually strive for greatness and continue to get better each and every day. Let me know what you guys think. As always, much love, bless up, God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next video.